Uh-oh.
Got it. You know what's so funny? Let's see. And there it is. Got it. All righty. Namaste. Peace and greetings to you all. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here at Morocco at northwest of Mexum. Peace be unto you all. How are you? Right? I am kind of going off of an all-nighter, guys. So I am like really sitting here like, I know I'm here, but at the same time, you know, I kind of like took a real quick recharge. And let me just get myself together real quick. And then I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? What it is, what it is. So anyhow, I'm also here with my magnificent bros and whom I mean, they really have my back today. So I can feel that energy. But I'm here though, guys. I've just been in manufacture mode, and I'm even right now, and I'm already thinking when we get off this Zoom, I'm about to go and do some more manufacturing. All righty, so I yield the floor to my beloved brothers, in whom I'm well pleased, and they are.
Benjamin Bey. I am Benjamin Bey, and I am here to help my bros delineate the AstroWeather report. Peace and love to you all.
Islam. I am Terrell Tamari Bey. How are you? I thought Brother Sean was on today. That's interesting. I'm off today. See, I'm off. Yeah.
No, he's kicking it with us. He's in the box. I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, if Brother Sean wants to come in, he chooses.
It doesn't. Right.
I'm the Lord Tenant, Brother Sean.
I'm just in the behind the scenes, man. Getting that
brother.
Indeed, Lord. Right? Indeed.
Brother Sean has been. Brother Sean has been really like, man, we all are though, like I'm just saying, you know, because I want to make sure I'm celebrating all my magnificent brothers, and we all, you know, have our different, you know, aims and geniuses that we have. It's just that like Brother Sean is making sure like a lot of artwork for even when it comes to me to do the final, you know, thumbnail and things, even for this presentation, it's a lot of artwork already done. So this is great. You know what I'm saying? And it really just helps with the morale of how we do things, because I know we're not physically all in one place. However, to have this experience and, you know, for our own psychological well-being and health, it's just really great character development and mental exercise. All righty. So, you know, I'm just really happy that the circulation of, you know, motivating one another, and, you know what I mean, it's just really having it. So again, you know what I mean? All the praise due to balance. Brother Sean is like, he was knocking it out. And that's why I'm thinking like, maybe that's what that energy was too yesterday. Because I sat here and made this astro wave, and I was just like, I'll start it. And I said, I started it, and I did not even happen. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm pulling one. And I was just like, yeah, I'm in manufacture mode. Like I almost started making ring puppets this morning. I had to stop myself. I really almost started, you know, cutting the cats, started getting my little, you know, bedazzled jewels. I'm about to, you know, fix because I gotta fix Mudra's Manny. Just one little small portion though, you know what I mean? But I think I'm about to give my Rockin' Royal Fez. So I was thinking about that, you know what I mean? Just little things. But I know, right? But it's like, I know, right?
I really like it.
Huh?
I really like the voices. They're really
Islam. Yeah, I mean, they just need, you know, because Moroccan Roy, you know, had a little Fez right there, so it's like, yeah, fix it, but you know,
he need a new Fez, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll just make a whole new one.
At least he's still rocking his Fez though. He still got his Fez on. That's fine. You know what I mean?
At all times. Yeah,
right.
Mudra's Manny. And all I gotta do is just do like some scraping, change the rings. I'm probably going to just revamp them all, but you see, Mudra's Manny's, you know, the pupil and it's usually there. I just think it dropped finally. You know what I mean? However, a lot of the like the manufacturing, like you guys been hearing me, like I'm preparing for manufacturing. It's just like, because I know what zones I get in. Like y'all think it's a zone when I'm barraging with posts. It's like that with anything I put my mind to. So, and anyway, we're not here to dialogue about that. We are here to speak about and welcome you to, right? Let's just get right to the chase here, right? Let me just share the screen, go right to this drive here, right? Until I'm clear everything. I know what it is with the whole iPad notepad thing. I gotta erase some. You gotta clear up your storage. I got it. So let's just go here. Check this on out, guys. Welcome to your 7HealStar Astro Calendar, March, Aries 2022 to February, Pisces 2023. Time never was when man was not, and we're quoting El Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. Doing religious corporate activity, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And we are giving testimony for the moon cycle, for the month pertaining to the fire sign, Aries, all righty, leading, which is Aries the Ram, ruled by Mars. And this month also contains the earth sign Taurus, the bull, ruled by Venus. And it's April that we're going over. So we'd like to welcome you to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report for 7th through 13th, April 2022 with the 7HealStar.com astrology firm, right? With myself, Brother Terrell Bey, Brother Benjamin Bey. And in the box with other devices, just in case we want to, share from other devices with me, with us actually, Brother Sean Alim L also in the box. All righty. So with that being said, it's funny, 4 corners rule in the box. So you'll be able to hear him, but you're really not hearing him. No, that's not how it is. Yes, it's exactly how it is. However, with that being said, let us continue on. So, all right, for the 7th, we got kicking it off, everybody's most favorite musician of string instruments ever to touch a string instrument, giving you his diverse testimonies for both the 7th and the 12th, that is Thursday and Tuesday. That is he who has the spirit guide, that is Jimi Hendrix, Brother Terrell Bey. I'm telling you, that's his spirit guide. That's what I see. Brother Terrell Bey has Thursday. Huh? What'd you say?
That I was fire. I'm sorry. That's the area.
Well, I missed it.
I was just back in my. I was. When they're playing the organ while the pastor's preaching. I call you a pastor, but while you were like giving the intro, I was.
This guy
giving
is
the sound.
Hilarious.
Right. I was just, hype man back in my man's right here.
Thank you, Brother Benjamin. I see. That's why I love my magnificent brothers and whom I'm well pleased. Right? He's dropping the music while we're monologuing about our beloved brother, whom I'm well pleased, Brother Terrell.
And I may have struck a fire. And
oh, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's the Jimi Hendrix reference, then, right?
Oh
I think I've seen somebody light a guitar on fire. I've seen that.
Oh my God.
That's
Aries fire. Trying to go with. I yield.
Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing, right? We need more of this in our communities of encouraging copper tone people in a and it's sincere. It's not facetious. It's not sarcastic, guys. All righty. This is true encouragement, right? And this just needs to be. This is why we go so hard, because it's like it really needs to be out there. You know what I mean? Like really interacting without, the pomp and circumstance of, that, what is that? That love and hip hop type mentality and feeling of things.
Like what bro won't, like if we were in Negro Black colored mindset and we saw each other, we would side each other up first as if there was like some type of opposition, but we've never met. We
Correct.
only have those influences of like other copper tone beings that falsely represent because we are loved.
Correct. So it's really good to just like do what we do, man. Because like for me to even go back and look at it at times, it's like, yeah, I really enjoy us being able to exercise our 5 principles. You know what I'm saying? And even though people out there say, oh, principles is dogma and all this other stuff, like what about just building your character and being a really good being to other beings? You know what I mean? And just being human and sincere and giving the best that's in you and looking for the best in them. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, man. That's why I just really just had a moment just now. But okay, I won't be verbose. 8th April 2022 and the 11th 2022, I, Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, will give my diverse testimonies for those days and making sure you guys got everything that you need for Saturday, the 9th, quote unquote, Palm Sunday, the 10th, and the 13th, April 2022, our impromptu improv genius and beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Benjamin Bey. Where's your guitar in flames, Brother Jag?
Oh, here's mine. Oh, I was out on the. I got
no, it's supposed to be Brother Jag now being the
my turn, man. You had to my ad-lib was coming, man. You didn't give me my time, man. It was coming,
I jumped the gun.
yo.
I jumped the gun.
Come on, yo.
All right, let's be serious. Okay, let's be serious. Okay. Brother, yes, and Brother Benjamin Bey. Right. So 7, 8, 9, Brother Terrell, Brother Hasan, Brother Benjamin. 9, 11, 12, 13, Brother Benjamin, Brother Hasan, Brother Terrell, Brother Benjamin. All righty. So this is great. All right. Let me come on back here and stop the screen share on this device and begin the green share. Screen share on still technically is a green share, sort of kind of. But anyway, all right. Evergreen. All right. Is, was, and evermore will be. All right. So anyway, here we go. Y'all can hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were okay. I took your cue as if okay, never mind. That wasn't a cue. That was all righty. So here I go. Right.
Raycons.
You said Raycons?
Yeah, not sponsored though.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
7HealStar isn't sponsored by Raycons just yet, but you know.
That would be interesting, right?
That would be quite interesting. Yeah.
We appreciate Raycons. You know, we're podcasting, we're doing our thing here via media and music.
That's why things are changing. You know, there's people out there like how they got so many videos and their subscribers are so. Oh, that's because they have on fezzes, and that's because look. I don't look at none of that. For me, in our experience with what we do, it's an experiment, and all I'm doing is taking notes.
Quit lying. They better quit lying to themselves. That's just what they better stop doing.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, we're telling the truth. I get it, and it's kind of tough when you got to deal with people telling the truth, but it's all good. Yeah. No worries.
It's a tough
right?
swallow, man. All right, who's going? We're going to the 7th, right?
Yeah, let me hit the next button for you, beloved brother, to make sure there's a sunrise there for you to meet you. And I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased. Let's make sure it's 7th, right? Is it 6:45? Yeah, 6:45. Okay, I yield the floor, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, Islam.
All righty, Islam. So we're looking at the 7th of April here, right? 1442 or 2022, right? We're looking at the sunrise or the sun conjunct the ascendant, right? So, yeah, you know, as we always tell you, get active, start your day productively, do the things that you love to do, and don't harm anyone. Simple. The first aspect out of the two aspects that I think that I have is Mercury and Saturn, right? Mercury's going to sextile Saturn. Mercury's in the 12th, Saturn's in the 10th, both at 22 degrees, 37 minutes. Saturn's in Aquarius, Mercury is in Aries, right? This is the only testimony I wrote, but this is the perseverance aspect, I would say, right? Because Mercury's in the 12th house, so we're dealing with something that we've been studying, so to speak, and it's more than likely some occult study, quote unquote cult. But you know, Saturn being in Aquarius is probably astrology. So there's this aha moment with the clarity that astrology brings around this time. Everyone's just starting to get the beauty or see the beauty in astronomy and astrology, or the astronomy and astrology, because astrology is astronomy. Duh. Right. So this is here. However, Mercury being in Aries, there could be, you know, some obstinance here. You know, beings may enjoy debating or arguing, so to speak. So, you know, just don't feed into it. However, you could help them establish a more structured way of communicating instead of being so emotionally driven, so to speak. when they want to communicate or when they feel triggered by something that is communicated. But Saturn in the 10th, though, the business plans and what needs to be accumulated or processed is pretty much here. So just take heed of that. However, don't move too quickly or don't be frivolous in your movements. Let me say it like that. Because that Venus in Pisces conjunct Fomalhaut, it's like, you know, you don't really want to be led astray, right? Something like that. So fix not suddenly. That's what I would say. That's me quoting the Circle 7. That might be chapter 20. But yeah, just the very unfortunate things may be happening around this time. So there might be a lot of changings and rearrangements that needs to happen. And I would just say be open to them and be open to getting assistance around this time too. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
I received that one.
Say it again.
I said I received everything my bros say, bro. But that one right there, that one just rang in my spirit real strong just now.
Islam.
Yeah.
Islam. Yeah.
I'm looking at chapter 20 for you right now. I won't say that I ordered a hardback Quran. Don't tell nobody. What?
I need one of those. Yes. Caliph Media, yes.
Yeah, shout out to Caliph Media, shout out to Brother Cujo, shout out to RV Bay Publications, and Ross Mariah and Anaida and Ms. Wright.
I need one of those. I gotta give you one of those.
Shout out to Brother. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Even those that I may not have, studied from that are quote unquote more Avengers. But shout out to everybody because I am seeing. We actually go back and look at people's work. We actually look at people's work. And a wise mind changes often. So
indeed.
Yeah. So but go and do your thing, bro. I'm looking at the chapter 20. You said what was it in chapter 20? You said fix not suddenly. Yes.
Fix not suddenly. I think that's chapter 20.
Yes, you're exactly correct.
Is that? Okay, it's not.
It's got to be because it's for all young men, and I feel like it was basically going on fix not suddenly on basically a woman that will have you singing Carl Thomas.
Yeah. Sweet Whispers of Nothing. Let's put it like that.
And I wish I never.
But then again, we're talking about. No,
I love her so.
She got no love for me. Got no love for me.
She's got no love for me. Right.
No.
Maybe in another life. Right.
No. Goodness gracious.
That's what I'm saying. That's because chapter 20 wasn't heated, right? In some way, shape, or form.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
We can give that reference. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. Sure.
I'm just saying.
It's love, man. Yeah, but that's also, that's it's not just her though. It's any relationship. You wouldn't fix not suddenly, and we didn't fix suddenly in dealing with one another. You have to know who you're relating with before you really start relating with someone, right? That's just simple. Right? Yeah.
Hold on. I might be off. It might not be the fix not suddenly on the hold on. It might be. I wonder if it's.
I know it's 2120 or it's 2021 or 22 or 23.
Yeah, it's got to be. What if it's talking to the women? Like the instructions, the matrimonial instructions. Interessante. But go ahead, I yield, bro. I'm not gonna cut your wisdom. Go ahead. I was just trying to back you up, but I'll look for it.
I have to grab it now. 22. It's 22.
Okay, so I'm too early.
It's 22. It's the first. It is the where is it? It's the second degree. But examine with care and fix not suddenly. On thy present choice depends thy future happiness.
Right.
That's always. That's not just, this is specific to our duties as a husband, though. Yes, it's
correct. Because in that being said, because you don't want a Proverbs 21:19 situation either. Better for a man to be in the wilderness than in the house with the angry and contentious woman. So yeah. See how we can relate Quran to just everyday things, But okay, anyway.
It's a holy text. I recommend it seriously, especially if you want to, know yourself and be yourself. Seriously. But we're gonna move on. The moon is going to go void, as we told you. That's that 12-hour and 16-minute. Is that one?
Yeah, once you completed last cycle, man. Yeah. Last cycle you had ended out with that. So now you're coming back like we promised them on that last video. So yes. Well, last cycle's video for the weather report.
So yeah, the moon's gonna go into Cancer at 11:30. That's ante meridian, because I said 11:30. Right. Moon's in the 12th. Look at that. Ooh, moon's conjunct Lilith. Oof. There's a lot of transformation going on in the home, eh? Ooh, hey. Mother, can we talk? Yes. Yeah, so we're moving some things around in the home, baby, and it's very mental. So maybe this is a great time to have the conversation with our mothers about our upbringing, how we were raised, possibly. Or, you can get your mother to connect to astrology in some way. It's really going on with the astrological thing, with mother really just getting mother to take care of herself and realize that she is the creator of life. Oh. Right? I mean, is what it is. Bear with me. Where am I going? Alrighty. Yeah, moon and Cancer in the 12th house. Yeah, just let mother be herself or connect with your mother. You should probably read The Clock of Destiny with your mom. How about that?
Yeah. That's really good, bro. I see how you're seeing that too.
Yeah.
You going all the way. I'm just going to ask, are you looking at 9, 11, and 12? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because that's what I got too when you said that, looking at 9, 11, and 12.
Yeah, I was looking at the 3rd house too.
That's funny you said 3rd house, because I'm thinking 3rd from the 9th is 11th. And Mercury's there, and you said sharing, astrology with your mom, so you're revealing things. You're like, yeah, bro. And then that's 4th from 9th is 12th house. So yeah, it's like that's higher learning with the mother in some way, shape, or form, or relating some information where you're finding some home in the higher learning. So that's love. Okay, I yield. Go ahead. I yield.
Indeed. Yeah, they're probably on some lunch date or something like that. But civilization is founded on practical wisdom. That's quoting CM Bank. And the foundations of the mother. Yes. Islam. Moving on. Moon's going to try Venus, of course. Venus is at 2 degrees, 9 minutes. So maybe at like 2 degrees. What we got? It's going to go at 1619. 2 degrees, 22 minutes. 11 minutes. Okay, so the moon's in the 10th and Venus is in the 6th. Look at that. Couldn't get away from it, huh, Brother Shine?
Word.
Probably got 1 to 3, and that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, gonna have like 3 6 house placements.
Hilarious.
So if you get 3, they go to intuition. But
yeah, that's look at that. Oh, wow. Virgo's on the rise. That's so funny. Mercury's in the 8th. Oh, we're changing everything. This is a lot of change here. Very detailed and practical way of going about our way of living. That Venus is in Pisces. Yeah, so we're really changing up our routine and how we this is like a makeover. It's like a mental makeover and a physical makeover as well. So yeah, that moon and Venus, that's mother and daughters, so to speak. That's how I like to look at that. Yeah, this is just a great time to really just be creative and find ways to help one really change one's diet. And that's not, I'm not just speaking what you eat, because your diet is everything that you do on a day-to-day basis. It's not just food. It's the music that you listen to, the programs that you program yourself with. All of those things relate to how you are. So that energy is kind of being analyzed very prudently, and some things are, changing, a little bit more harmoniously, and some things are changing a little bit more drastically. However, you may have the wisdom that can help, the people at large. So, definitely be willing to communicate those things, especially if the question is asked, for sure. Yeah, so, just get into your creative arts. Maybe a lot of painting and literature is important here. So get it out, get your literary arts out, or your painting, your sculpting. Show it to the world at large. You'll have a beautiful response, especially if you've been hiding it. That's for sure. And with that, I will yield the floor to the genius himself, Brother Benjamin Bey. Islam.
Oh yeah, okay, it's me. It's no problem though. That's no problem. I will go next. It is actually
it's on you.
Still a genius. Another genius as well.
All right, the genius himself.
Right.
Y'all are hilarious.
I'll throw the oop to the other genius. Here you are, sir. Lay it up, please.
We're just making sure I was paying attention. Yes, Brother Jag. I'm paying attention, Brother Jag. I am. I appreciate it.
Even though it's set up like that for us to be like that, I'm still learning how to take a compliment. I really am. Y'all can genuinely see that's kind of like,
like, oh shit.
Nice. I got that golly shucks, guys. Oh God.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. It's going to delineate, man.
Oh,
that's got the homie was there a lot when the homie had him on the hat. He was like, man, dang, man, thanks.
Yes, that is accurate. Just to be honest. All right. So anyway, when you're always like working, giving. Then when you receive, you be like, what's this? And I don't want to ever like disrespect people or make someone feel like I don't see what they do. So, and that's why sometimes as much as I give, I have to really learn how to receive, you know what I mean? But that works on, it's me working on myself. Those so-called shadow moments and trusting people and or not, but it is what it is. I really kind of embrace it because I get to learn so much from it actually. Like, hey, look at that. Look at that part of me. I'm like, look at me reflect on myself in this moment. Look at that. This is interesting. Hold it up to the light and turn it around. Oh, so that's what it's like when I don't know how to take the compliment. All right. Anyway. Sunrise Thursday. Pardon me. It's actually supposed to be Holy Day, actually. Let me hit next. I thought I hit next. Pardon me. I did not hit the next button. Here we go. This is Venus Day. Ilawa Ana Il Friday, right? 8th April 2022 at 0600 44 minutes and 20 seconds thereafter, we have a solar ascendant conjunction at 18 degrees 35 minutes, just 25 minutes away from the sun's exaltation degree at 19 degrees Aries. So it's coming up on that. And with Mars there in the 11th house, I got a feeling you guys are going to be getting your fill of the internet and some astrology, definitely on Friday morning. It's something about astrology is really going to spark you. It is a daytime chart technically at this point. The moon is really at the ascendant, not necessarily above the horizon, but at the horizon. And if we were to look at it on more of a daytime fashion, with the moon being actually under the horizon, we would say the most malefic planet in here is being ruled by the least malefic planet, Saturn, in the 11th house. Saturn is not only having some accidental dignity in 11th, but having some prominent essential dignity there in Aquarius, in the second sign that it rules over. So technically Aquarius is the second house to Capricorn, where you actually pour out these values from the essentials that appear to be that is sharing and or radical change, depending on what the structure pertaining to the foundational values are. And so we're just really shelling out some things where people are really going to be studying astrology in a whole different fashion now and really going to be active in doing so. And if you really look at this happening here, we're just, remember, every sunrise is 0 minutes. Like we're here in the pardon me, it's really when it should start. It says the last hour was the sun hour. And it's like, 0 minutes ago, an hour of Venus. But just pay attention to that a lot of times when we do these weather reports and do these sunrises. Look at the planetary day and the planetary hour, right? And usually whatever day that is at sunrise, since this is Venus day, that's going to be the first hour pertaining to, that's going to be first planetary hour. So Venus day's first planetary hour is always Venus. So, and just see, just going right into, all right, going right into Venus hour from the sun hour. So yeah, that's how your sunrise is going to look now. Let's see what we have here. I'm going freestyle Wednesday for me today. So we have Mercurial Martian sextile here. Mercurial Martian sextile. And that is actually occurring later on in the day. So that's good. 1400, 18 minutes and 29 seconds thereafter. So 1400 hours, 18 minutes and 29 seconds. We have a Mercurial Martian. So Mercury right here at 25 degrees Aries, 11 minutes in the 9th house. Mars is at 25 degrees Aquarius in the 11th house. 25 degrees Aquarius, 11 minutes in the 7th house. All righty. Thank you for your patience, you all. And, 9th house is third from, the 7th. So technically by derived accidental dignity, Mercury is chilling. And so is Mars, technically, because Mars is in the first house that we're actually analyzing here, even though it's the 7th. So technically it will have accidental dignity by derived house fashion. However, by the radix fashion pertaining to the houses, Mars is having accidental debility, so to speak. However, we see here at 16 degrees Aquarius, 7 minutes is the descendant, right? 7th house cusp, which is ruled by Saturn here. All righty. So Saturn is ruling over Mars's energies here. And then we also see that Mars is actually ruling over the 9th house cusp there where Mercury is. So to see that, yes, Mercury is really communicating some things, bringing it to the forefront when it comes to higher learning. However, Mars being in this chart the most malefic, it may seem that, when it comes to actually relating some things, they may come off a little harsh. However, we may be looking for those harsh things to be mitigated by someone actually setting the ground rules, actually, so that the actions that must come forth actually pertaining to the overall endeavors or active endeavors, right? It just seems like, let's say, for example, you guys want to use a certain device, right, to communicate and do some study and make sure you have your charger for your laptop or your iPad, right? So that you can be able to relate and communicate online to people with your higher education. Why did I go online? What gives me 11 energy vibes here? Well, the fact that we got Aquarius here, And Saturn is still technically, and always is, ancient ruler for this, where Uranus, we already know, Uranus is here in Taurus, actually. Just a few degrees, actually, 6 degrees, roughly almost 5 degrees in about 57 minutes from the midheaven, but apparently on the midheaven, seemingly here. So with that even being said, looking at Venus being, ruled, or being a dispositor actually for the 10th house here, as well as Venus being a dispositor for the 3rd house, we can really see that we're really bringing some value, because Venus is exalted here in Pisces and in the 7th house. So we're really bringing some values in how we're relating, what's being communicated in higher learning, really allowing ourselves to really bring to heart those things that we thought were seemingly hard and seemingly unable to comprehend. I got a lot of people light bulbs going off, and so don't interrupt your vibe and reminding yourself of your genius and who you are. Just make sure you remember your recharging tools for your electronics. All righty. Another thing for that too, also, when it comes to some, you guys getting some exercise, go for a walk and stretch, right? So Mercury wants to walk, Aquarius is the legs, Pisces is the feet. Right. So let's get something active there. Let's get the blood flowing. Venus is the veins, right? Right. The arteries of Mars, right? So let's get the blood flowing, right? Get those legs going. That's Aquarius, right? So that you can allow, make sure you have some water also, right? That's your kidneys there. And that 7th house and Venus energy. Of course, Venus exalted in Pisces with the accidental dignity in the 7th means that, when it comes to how you're feeling and your status at that time, who knows? You might even maybe prepare to take a little nap, so to speak, rest and recharge, or your, siesta, this will be a siesta time. All right. Allow yourself to, really see some new values here in what you're doing in your, your thought life, and really how it is that you're going about structuring what you're learning from your online endeavors and higher learning. All right. So with that being said, let's move on to our next portion. We have a Lunar Uranian sextile. And this Lunar Uranian sextile is happening just a few minutes after. I think I went kind of far there. Am I actually, hold on, pardon me. No, I am correct. I think I hit it twice, pardon me. I hit the, this thing's a little sensitive. Thank you for your patience in advance. At 1400 hours, 27 minutes and 49 seconds thereafter, we have a Lunar Uranian sextile here. We're Luna at 13 degrees. They're both at 13 degrees. This is Uranus I'm pointing to, though. 13 degrees Taurus, 18 minutes. So they're both going to be at 13 degrees, 18 minutes. And here's Luna here, domicile, alrighty, and dominant here in Cancer at 13 degrees, 18 minutes of the 7-4. And this is happening between the 10th and 11th houses, alrighty, this sextile. Very interestingly, too, we just spoke about Venus here being ruled by, even though it's in Pisces, it's in the 7th house. 7th house ruler is both Saturn and Uranus, right? Both Saturn and Uranus, right? So with that even being said there, guys, we're looking at this, of course, separating square of Saturn and Uranus. So there's, when it comes to obstacles, we have gotten over those obstacles ordinarily. And when it comes to our status and how we go about, achieving things that are outside of our comfort zone and really looking to further who we are and our creativity and things that, we may want to associate with our career, we are allowing ourselves to get over the fascination and denial, of our group and our peers, maybe the way that they think, so that we can be able to listen to our own subconscious mind and allow ourselves to get serious, no pun intended, because Luna's conjunct serious at this time, right? Get serious in really allowing ourselves to really be what we can be that's best for not just the people, but for ourselves. So a little fascination and denial may be healthy, and making sure that we're not overextending ourselves in order to, be the value overall, to the to the status that is radically changing, obviously. So, you know, it's a lot of growth here with this. I just really find ourselves just being able to allow ourselves to grow and not be in denial of the growth that is necessary. However, at the same time, allowing the growth to happen where we'll be able to see how we can actually incorporate the new things that we're learning and this growth, and then allow ourselves to be able to move forward in a functional way. Example, I was speaking with my brother earlier, and I know brother Terrell can relate to this because we hoop, you know, even though it's been probably a little minute for me because I've been really just librarying it, right? You said you too?
What's that?
I thought somebody said something else. Pardon me. I've been really librarying it. However, when you were younger or smaller, you know, you go to a basketball court now and you look at that same goal and it's like, oh, that's not as high as I remembered it. And it's not that the goal is not as high as you remembered it, or it's not that high, or it's not that tall, or, oh man, I could almost dunk on that. It's not that. It's we've grown. It's the same basketball goal. It's the same park, same, you know, asphalt, you know, or concrete or whatever the basketball court is, right? That where you are. And it's just a different time now. At one time you were younger and maybe 4'7", and now you have advanced, right? You've gone through your perfection. You've advanced in how long you've manifested from the womb. And now you're no longer, you know, maybe 4'7". Now you're maybe, you know, 5'11". You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, now your perspective has changed. However, instead of looking at the goal not being so far away, notice your growth. That's what I'm saying with this aspect here. Recognize your growth. All righty. And allow yourself to enjoy it in a way where you just kind of got this secret pleasure inside yourself of, hey, look, I'm really digging that about me. I'm loving myself on that because it will allow me to have, you know, a healthy interaction with the public. That's the fascination and denial. All right. Interestingly, where's Mercury, right? Back to Saturn overall, as far as the final dispositor. You know, back to Saturn again. 11th house ruler, Mercury. 10th house ruler, Venus. Mercury is ruled by Mars, which is here in Aquarius in the 7th. Back to Saturn. Venus is in the 7th house. Back to Saturn. Man, Aquarius, I mean, you know, astrology is where it's at. People are going to be really, people are going to be probably studying astrology more than they ever really expected.
Yes, for sure. Like, it's going to be those light bulb moments are happening. Like,
Saturn has grabbed all of the social.
It's like, I never knew that East was West like that.
Saturn's like, you're going to learn astrology today. I got all the stones. I control everything.
Like, yo, like, seriously though, the Clock of Destiny book 1, yo, like, seriously, like, that's start there. It's yes, seriously, it's 2 ends to a pole.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we say, guys, read Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. Prophet Noble Drew Ali's divinely prepared literature.
Indeed.
And that's why we do share Prophet Noble Drew Ali University so freely as we do. Also, I'm also thinking, like, you know, CM Bey's literature. See, for us, since we had an opportunity to boomerang, I think we started with we looked at the literature and then we was like, let's go travel and see what we can measure this up against. And now we're back to, all right, we did our measuring and there's nothing out here like this. So yeah. I'm gonna Just gonna enforce the Constitution and stay there.
Islam.
All right. However, overall, yes, allow yourself to see your growth. A lot of times we are westward with our sight, which means to look without ourselves, and we're noticing how the goal is not as tough to reach now that we've matured, but we never really kind of take the time to reflect and be thankful for our maturity. So take that time to reflect and be thankful for your maturity. All righty? Don't allow yourself to get fired up because you're not, being healthy in how you're delegating your emotional energy.
Islam.
Yeah, be creative, right? With your emotions. 11th house is 5th from the 7th and 2nd from the 10th. All right. So with that being said, so people would say, oh, hold on, that's a hidden house, then in derived house fashion. And 11th is 2nd from the 10th, then that's like, you would have to look at all those hidden houses, type fashion, in derived, whatever the derived 2, 6, 8, and 12 are, however. Yielding from that, I like to yield the floor to my beloved brother in whom I'm well pleased, who's about to take us through the 9th and the 10th. All righty, and I'm gonna make sure, let me put this in front of me, front and center, so I can make sure I'm on point. I yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Benjamin Bey, Islam.
Yeah, Saturday, April 9th. All right.
Oh, pardon me. Zero. There we go. That's what I want. Bingo. No, that's not what I want.
Right over.
Oh, I hit previous. Bing, bing. We're good.
Boom, boom, boom. I was waiting on the hour to go along with you saying earlier today, whatever the day it is. So
Muy interesante. It is not saying anything.
It's generating slowly.
Oh yeah, and not just to correlate with you, 6:42.
Hold
on.
Let me try something real quick.
Okay.
Should say Saturn. Hour of Saturn. Interesante.
Yeah, still Venus.
Well, I guess this is a Sabbath, an electronic Sabbath for.
Yeah. That's a great observation. That's thinking outside the solver. It's like there's the type of a religion. You gotta see it. You gotta know it to be it.
Islam.
I'm curious. We're going on it. I'm gonna hit a few buttons here while you're talking on that. Let's see what happens.
All right, Islam. All right. So here we're talking about Saturn. 5 minutes. You Saturday, April 9th, 20. 0600 hours, 42 minutes, 48 seconds. And it's from Baltimore, Maryland, tropical lattice. And my first delineation here, I will be speaking about the sun squaring the.
Hold on.
200 hours and 47 minutes and meridian.
You may have to project, Brother Benjamin.
I'm gonna take my Jones out. Are you good now? Let me get some water.
Mm-hmm.
Moon square or sun square moon. Is that good, guys?
Yes. It doesn't sound like it's going in and out, or
if it does, I'll just take my earphones out and do it like that if it starts to do that.
It's not.
Oh, see. All right. See, this is right there. See, mine's set up for. I can do it. All right. The sun is at 19 degrees. Aries 34 minutes in the first house, and moon is in the fourth house. 21 degrees Cancer. No, yeah, 21 degrees, Cancer, 21 minutes. So we have.
Hold on, 2 seconds. We still on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
This is still.
Oh yeah, that aspect happened before sunrise.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, it says 200 hours and 47.
That should be it. Okay, yeah, because I wanted to see. I'm like, hold on, 2 seconds, because they still was square-ish, but I'm like, no, that says 21 and that says 19. Hold on. All right, here we go. I yield. Islam, beloved.
All right, Islam. So right now, same degrees but different houses here. So sun is in Aries, third house, 19 degrees, 24 minutes, and squaring moon in the sixth house, 19 degrees, Cancer, 24 minutes. So now we'll delineate creativity, self-communications. I'll say, watch how you communicate to your siblings and the feelings that you feel for your siblings, because the third house of siblings, and you work that out. You know, you want to feel some type of service because in the service house. So I'm not sure you want to go out and get your hair done. And one of these degrees coming up, it's like the degree of hair, I want to say. I don't want to vaguely say that, but it's some areas like 20 or something like that. But overall, just be careful how you speak to those in the workplace and those among the neighborhood and the grocery store. Things like quote unquote on 10, as they say, or very intense time. So balance your mind and your ego right now. That's all. Just don't be bigger than yourself. This person may deserve to be smacked, but you don't want to lose everything. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. Or please not do that. Secure yourself within yourself. So go service yourself. Like the moon is by itself, and that bittersweet just coming into there with Lilith, if I'm correct, on the fellow in the sixth house. So you self-care. You want to get away from the neighborhood clearly and get some steam off. You want to I want to step away, guys, and get myself secure myself, because the moon is, your subconscious or your mind or body, and Cancer is home. And the first place, the real home is here in this body, is where you technically live. Place this body, domicile or bed. Sometimes you got to take this vessel out and recuperate and regenerate. So overall, sun square moon here in the third and sixth house. So just communicate that for self. Don't bliss that person out. Let them go their way. But if they come to you and you can't get out of the way, do your thing. But don't overexceed if you don't have to. And I'll yield on that one. Come up on our next one here as moon trining Jupiter. Is wrong. All right. Still Saturday, April 9th, 2020. We'll have this is early, so 10 has 30, 36 minutes and 12 seconds. Right here, the day of I'm not sure what that is. That's the hour of the sun, though. Is that Saturn? That's
yes.
Saturn. As long as it's on Saturn. And the hour of the sun. So we have a disciplined day and a creative hour. Right. So right now we have the sun, the moon in second house in Cancer, 23 degrees, 18 minutes, and second house of possessions, which is a Venus house. And we'll be speaking about that moon trine Jupiter on in the 10th house of career and potential. And Jupiter is in a sign that it rules, is in the same degree as the moon with different signs. Jupiter is in Pisces and the moon is in its own sign. And they are both one is an anchor sign, I correct myself, and that would be Jupiter. So this is a great point to definitely jump on this energy and capitalize, because trines are harmonic. Yeah, harmonizing. So it's a great opportunity to expand your mind on things that seem to be an illusion according to your career. Maybe you are a director or content creator right now. You can be expanding on, transitioning the view of, how your status is, not changing like who you are, but changing like the angle of how you want to take the next approach of the season. Because it's like the end of April coming up, so you're like, getting things going. Like my brother Hasan, he's like creating things, and that's very, fire, because fires help you create food. You're just getting it warm up, and then maybe in March, he'll start to be able to, distribute them, as far as like your values, because that's Taurus. You want to like plant them. All right, cool. I'm going to place them here now that I've built them and expanded on them. They may be quote unquote not confusion, but new. Because some things that are new can be confusing, like a baby just coming here, like the second house, you just learning like, hey, I can wiggle my toes a little bit, okay, cool. This is fun type deal. So it's new. And to a baby or to someone that just found out something, they want to start something new, it's a great time, put that stamp in the ground right now, kind of like pour the cement in and let it dry. When you go into the 11th house, you'll be safe, secure to move on with that type of, dream with your friends. So overall, Moon trine Jupiter, expand on the things that you possess and you care for, whether that be, we spoke on content creation, food, clothing, maybe even you yourself, you possess yourself. You want to present who you are in a Jupiter, moonish way, expanding on like, hey, look at how I care for myself, that may be coming around and I don't know, some big blouse or some going to a new like a new store, showing off your new outfit in a new store. There you go, because like that's status in an institution with Jupiter. Yeah. Go shopping, go get you some food. There we go. Go to a new shopping and show off your national gear that you just bought. That's what I'll say. And that'll be new to some people in confusion as well, but then put your status out there. And I'll yield on that as far as Moon trining Jupiter. Second house and 10th house. This is like the next one. All right, Moon trining Neptune here. We got Moon in the first house, 23 degrees Cancer, 53 minutes. So that'll be like 1, 4, and 4. So we have self, home, and security. And in the 9th house right here, we have Neptune, and this is a trine. So this is some great harmonic stuff right here. So there's like love in the air. So take advantage of this, don't procrastinate, because the planets do not, stay stationary. Everything is vibration, so, snooze, you lose. But moving on, so right here will be like self-truth. You're searching for self-truth that could be confusing. And I could look up some degrees on that, but I would basically say, find the truth that you're looking for that could be confusing to you, unravel it, go into that institution, whether that be, an institution that that's an actual building or, virtual institution, kind of like, I'll use Brother Hasan as an example. He's in like school right now. So it's not quote unquote confusing, but like maybe the structure and things, how they, present things could be, Neptune and confusing to him. But the harmonic part about it, he's there to learn. And he already has tools of self that he is secure in. So that's the first house, self-security. And is greatly, he's a Cancer, so he's secure in himself. That he can go to a place of higher learning, and expand on that higher learning, and see himself in the learning and get those values and bring it back to us and home, and bring it back to the home, because the moon is home as well. So whatever he learns, he'll take the expand on it, and see the value with Venus right there, because that's the mirror. He's gonna see, that's why he's there. He wouldn't be in a place where he wouldn't see himself at, like, hey, I wouldn't go to a party where they're playing disco and I like to do the worm, or I like to moonwalk. So I was like, those beats don't really coincide with the movements that I'm doing. That's not being a hater. It's like, I know where I need to be, and if you value yourself, you'll put yourself in valuable places. So overall right here, Moon trine Neptune, first in the 9th house, is just securing the self, learning and truth within yourself. What I'm saying? Bringing that back home and sharing it with your loved one. Because that's what the moon is, and that's what Cancer is as well. Securing that. And I yield for that.
And to add to your wisdom, it's more isolating than confusion at all. I mean, I get what you were saying in your testimony, Brother Benjamin. It's excellent. To think about what you're saying, I'm like, yeah, I can trade or convert confusion with isolation. I see how isolating the experience is. Actually, that's what
Appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate giving me another word for Neptune as well, because I generally didn't like have another word except confusion, then describing the type of confusion.
Yeah, confusion helps.
And I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All
right, let me see.
We got
Neptune can be very confusing. The lower half of Neptune could be very confusing.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Right now we got Moon square Mercury. Moon is in the 10th house of Sagittarius, 27 degrees. Cancer, 42 minutes. Squaring Mercury, vacation in the 7th house, 27 degrees. Aries, 42 minutes. So you're gonna be tension, communicating how you relate and how you are secure within what you do as career-wise, or how you make ends meet and your status within the public that may be tampered with. You may not be in agreement with that, and you want to communicate that. But with the sun close to, 7 degrees away from the sun, Mercury 7 degrees away from the sun, what you're communicating could not be like heard, or you could be, screaming, or, not really slowing down and getting your words out correctly. And that could be fire you up because, Mercury is in Aries. So what you're saying could be like little shards, but they're not hitting anything, but they could possibly hit something that it couldn't be good for you, and it could backfire and again hurt your security within your status in the 10th house. And then you can't get your chicken, you can't secure your potentials. So right now, what I see basically is just slowing the brakes down, because this is a square, and squares aren't bad, no doom and gloom. It's just a pull up, just don't rush through the pull up, don't yank, anything out of place. It's about form, it's about structure and breathing, and that's a life principle that we often take with us. And especially with the sun being close to Mercury, and then both of them being increased, you want to be heard. You all want to be heard. We want to relate. Like, hey, listen to me. I'm relatable. But hey, it takes more than two to tango in the 7th house in this relationships, and you need relationships in the workplace and in your career. Because as they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, it's a balance to that. Because if you know somebody, you don't know nothing, then it's worthless. But if you know everybody, you know nothing, then it's worthless. So it's like, it's two sides of every coin. And this is what this is. It's where it's showing you to slow down, what I'm saying? You will be heard. And if you take time, your status will be secure. And what I'm saying? You'll get the things that you need to transform and reconstruct your home. And you want peace in the home, but you got to make sure you're out making the right decision to secure that. Don't go out and be a butthole. How about that? Moon reflecting Pluto, and the moon goes void of course at 21 hours and 1 minute. So make your purchases prior. Don't be Goop Troop. It looks funny, but we laugh at Goop Troop. Remember that. Moon reflecting Pluto, and Luna is in the 9th house of higher learning, 28 degrees Cancer at 13 minutes, and we will find Pluto there reflecting that. So this is like a full Pluto moon, like so this is some pretty strong energy right here. So your communication with your sibling and how like tell them what to do, like a power struggle almost. You think what you know is law, and it may be, but you gotta take that law that doesn't seem like an iron hand, because the moon is in its own sign, but Saturn is ruling over Pluto. Pluto is like about Mars, but Saturn is saying a lot here. Saturn wants things to be correct, and Saturn isn't bad because Saturn just wants to make sure you're doing things correctly. And sometimes that could be you can feel a way about it, and that's okay. We have feelings, but you got to know how to balance those feelings out, and that's what reflections do. They're hit the balance. It's a tug of war. You don't want to be too this way, you don't want to be too that way. So overall, here, just hear your sibling out, hear whoever close to you, whether it be like a neighbor or cousin or uncle, anyone. They want to give you some critical game, take it. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't think no more, no less about it. You have the discernment and intuition that they want the best for you. Don't look at it as haterade. Try to see like, oh, they're not trying to do this to me. Although it may come that way because Saturn is ruling as Pluto in the communication house. You know, so if someone wants to be like, hey, the higher guru, whoever that be like, hey, this is what it is. And you're like, nah, this is what it is. I want it this way. And they have to respect that. And, you know, the back and forth of it, like the young have to see the future. The old has to see the future in the young, and the young has to listen to the future. The young has to listen to the older to reach the future. The young don't know everything. We just got here, you know, we just got here. But the old don't really, it's kind of disconnected with the third house world, you know. Like the ninth house, like the old head house, you know, they're tenured, they've been around the board, you know, they're looking down on things they used to do in the quote unquote in the mix. They're not in, you know, the libraries, the quote unquote, like clubs, the little places you go. To like my brother Jack play guitar. I'm sure there's not a lot of old people in there. For people his age, you know, getting down to congregate. You know, so it's the balance of the old and the young and the reconstruction of that. You know, the young will have their hearts in the right place. You know, if they're guided by the right older. You know, if you're an old one that was guiding the young, then you know what you did, and vice versa. And I'll yield on that. Yeah, the moon goes border course, and then at 21 hours and 1 minute, and then at 300 hours and 59 minutes, the moon transitions into Leo constellation. So don't plan anything that you don't want fried. Or, you know, like
Yeah,
drive
like
around.
2 hours and 58 minutes, the border course was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, it's long, bro.
And I'm going to April 10th. April 10th. A Palm Sunday. I'm not sure it's palm in the hand, but a physical palm, you know. But
Did you want to go in on that a little bit? You want to do a screen share on Palm Sunday, or?
no, I was just acknowledging the chart on that you like. It's at Palm Sunday, so I was like, for those who
Yeah, it's true.
recognize Palm. All right. Sunday, April 10th, 2020, 600 hours, 41 minutes, 17 seconds. Speaking of Baltimore, Maryland. This is the day of Saturn. They have the sun, but it says the day of Saturn. But, you know, hey, roll tide.
Yeah, because it's still
You said last hour.
Yeah, it hasn't, even though it'll go into what is that? Once it passes sunrise,
Yeah,
it'll say sun. You know what I mean? So the next hour, so it's like, oh, we're at the last bit of this
so like 4 minutes.
hour. So the next hour is 0 minutes away. So we're finishing up this Mars hour. Pardon me, on this Saturn day, we're finishing up this Mars hour to bring in the sun hour on Sunday. You know what I mean? So which is I actually enjoy that because it makes us think. It makes us do math. You know, and it keeps us sharp and and elastic in the mind. I yield the floor to you, beloved brother Islam.
Islam. So now, April 10th, Sunday, the moon is now fully in Leo, controlled by the sun. And these two transits I'll be speaking on. The first one, Mercury square Pluto. So communications is in small disharmony with death and rebirth situations, but not doom and gloom. Kind of like, hey, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do this. So there's a rebirth and new thing. That could be thinking. Right foot, left foot.
Oh,
right.
Wait.
Whoa!
Pardon me. There we go. I was supposed to hit the previous button. I hit next. That's on me. Thank you all for your patience again. I yield the floor to Brother Benjamin Islam.
Islam. Second house here, we have Mercury in the house of possessions, 28 degrees, Aries, 30 minutes. And it is squaring Pluto, which is about, no, that's where I don't know where that gets from. There's Scorpio. It rules over Scorpio, and Scorpio ruled about Mars and Pluto. And here on the cusp of will that be the 11th, fellas?
It's still technically 11th house, yes, because it's at 28 degrees and the 12th house is at 29 degrees. So yes, you're
all right,
correct.
Islam. All right, so I guess he's leaving the group. Whatever happened there amongst the group, he's taking a lot of that information at the later degrees. So he's pretty tenured. Whatever construction discipline that was put down within the group, it's squaring the communication. So maybe it wasn't in cahoots with everybody. And someone's like, hey, sudden change in the values because you have the Uranus right there. And I want to say I wrote that the 13th degree of Uranus in Taurus. But I'll keep moving on. So it was pretty important. But anyways, basically, there's some reconstruction and some death and rebirth in how the group feels about what happened or about what was created, because you have a sun there as well, the second house. So the creative values, the creative communication, sudden changes, sudden awakenings that they see within the values. So it's like, what's going on? How to communicate this better? What can we need to tinker out, with the institution? So this has to be concerning more than one person because on the rise we have Pisces and we have Jupiter in the first house. So it's like, okay, cool. Someone got the big head, someone only seeing themselves, because you have self, you have Venus, you have Jupiter. So it's like, hey, get off your own cloud nine and see everyone else and don't, only see yourself. You can get drunk off yourself. You can be full of self, which is not too bad because you need to know self, but you don't need to be in some type of delusion about self. Pisces deal with illusion. Jupiter deals with procrastination. Procrastination. You could have been sluggish about something. And Neptune there could have been feeling isolated, like Brother Hasan let us know earlier, isolated about something. So there's going to be a death and rebirth in the construction, because Saturn is there in the 12th house in the institution as well. And he's, Saturn conjunct Mars is like not war, but it's taking something down aggressively, So it's making sure whatever is going to be reconstructed is going to be level. So make sure you're not overly aggressively communicating that. Because now the Mercury is like separating from the sun because it was 7 degrees last time. So now it's 8. So your words are kind of more clear now. You kind of can see, not now, but you'll be able to see Mercury. So just hold down and wait till Mercury, kind of gets away from the sun. So you communicate, how you feel about, what's transpired within the group that had a death and rebirth, that's, stalling it, because Saturn makes things slow and stall things up. So, but what comes slow comes strong, but what comes slow and what stops dies as well. Don't hold too long, but just pay attention. Just keep the fire going. Don't keep it blazing. Just keep feeding the fire and figure it out. And I'll yield on the Mercury squaring Pluto. Communicate that death and rebirth in a positive way. Because it's possible. It's possible. You don't have to stop the person. And I yield on that. And Mercury transits into Taurus, 2,200 hours and 9 minutes. So we communicating the values again, and that's ruled by Venus. Venus is ruled by Saturn right now.
So technically, to add to your wisdom.
Oh, Pisces.
No, you're good. To add to your wisdom, technically, Mercury is void, of course, after that square to Pluto. But I know we don't, speak generally about it because we're, speaking to people that we know that are just getting used, to it and, not going all the way into technicalities. But just to point that out, like Mercury is void, of course, until it ingresses Taurus right after it being squared Pluto. So I just wanted to point that out just as a thing for us to even probably go back and look into later amongst ourselves, just to, see how that plays out when other planets are void, before they, transition into signs. And we know when you look at like Celeste 1.2, that it's no stranger in letting you know what's going on with the voids. All right, I yield to you, beloved brother. Let me hit that next button there. Both of these are occurring before sunrise, it looks like. We gave the sunrise, and then both the transits for that day are occurring before sunrise.
Yeah, I think it's on you now after my
Oh no,
Taurus.
hold on.
One more.
I'm pardon me.
Mercury
That's why I had to
addressing
double check. I'm
Taurus.
like, oh no, it's 2209. That's what I thought. Okay. I yield. Yes, going to get rest after this, but I still got to do work. I still got to do the thumbnail and everything. No excuses, though. I'm not making any excuses. All right. Cool. I fixed it. Mistake made. Acknowledged. There we go. Mercury and Taurus.
Well,
It's fine.
so you want me to speak about it more? Or? Oh,
Hold
I
on, what
see.
you say, bro?
No, I got you. Mercury is on the 5th house axis at the end of that axis.
Yeah.
Beginning degrees in the beginning degrees of Taurus. So like now, it's not confusing, but it's like fresh idea. Okay, cool. What creative communication, what creative values, what communicative value that I can create, or can I be inspired by? What's inspired my mind? Like, could it be some healing that confused me? Can I go create some beautiful piece of poetry and put it into the store, and people can service themselves and calmly influence their minds and heal themselves? You know what I'm saying? This is what I see here. Doom and gloom, but like we got back then. They didn't want me, not how they all want me. So I was like, man, somebody probably communicated to Mike Jones that was, in disharmony and confused him and made him isolated. You have Neptune there, and you have Chiron and Aries. They're like, man, like, wow, I can't believe I got played like that. No, I see myself. I'm better than that. Aries, Sun and Aries. I'm bold. This is what I do. I'm the sun. I got Mars fire, and I got the sun fire. Take my healing and creatively turn it into something valuable and communicate that to the world. Because the 5th house reflects the 11th house. So the 11th house is the group of the internet. So back then in the 5th house, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. In the 11th house, they all want me. So that's how I see, this axis, or see Mercury going into Taurus, communicating what you value. And it's going to be some healing there. Not saying you're like hurt or something, but communicate, the healing in a positive way. Don't go boo-hoo, woe. Turn your, Mercury, the values, Mercury into Taurus, into your Mike Jones. That's what. How you?
Islam.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's on me for the moon day, right? For the 11th. And let me go and bring up the solar ascendant conjunction there. And there we should have a moon day, the 11th April 2022 at 0600 hours, 39 minutes, and 47 seconds thereafter. We have a solar ascendant conjunction at 21 degrees, Aries, 32 minutes. All right. And with Mars in the 11th house, again, guys, we're saying right here, Saturn ruling over the dispositor for the sun here, for the first house in general. This conjunction is just really showing us there that, it's interesting. Again, look, it's not even saying anything. I guess it won't commence an hour or whatever, so, which will be the moon hour. That's what we know is coming, right? Where we know, so the previous hour was Mercury hour, obviously, because the Chaldean order is from the slowest moving planet, Saturn, to the fastest moving, the slowest moving celestial body to the fastest moving celestial body between Saturn and the moon. Alrighty, so when it comes to planetary hours, so to speak. So yeah, it'll be coming off the day of the sun and coming to the day pertaining to the moon, hour pertaining to the moon. However, that's what it is because it's moon day, right? Now, I'm just saying that, again, guys, we may actually find ourselves, maybe getting some considerable gain from some things that we didn't think was essential. However, what we're doing is we're able to get some knowledge poured out to us and allow ourselves to probably even, really kind of get a leg up on things, not just even studying astrology. I got a feeling a lot of people are going to be getting into civics and jurisprudence, maybe finding some groups to get into, some group discussions possibly, or maybe viewing group discussions from the from days prior or previous days. All right. Just, bringing some things to light, to one's mind, to still be actively driven to go about your day. All right. My first testimony for the 11th is a lunar Uranian quartile, which is Luna and Uranus square. And this is previous again. There we go. Alrighty, at 0200 hours, 25 minutes, and 7 seconds thereafter, we have a square, or a quartile between Luna and Uranus. Alrighty, so we have Luna here at 13 degrees Leo, 26 minutes in the 7th house. We have Uranus here at 13 degrees Taurus, 26 minutes in the 4th. Luna is ruling over the 7th house, or is ruling the house that it's actually in. Alrighty, so Luna is really, in a sense, just feeling at home. Alrighty, by way of this, house rulership. However, I really just sense that mother is really finding a way to relate to her children. People are really being able to be nurturing to their inner child. A lot of people are able to, relate to one another by, meeting the heart through the stomach. So there may be people, having seemingly faded interactions with one another. However, and it may be over, some type of food and or children, or some type of home, in-home type of dinner, so to speak. I was about to say in-home restaurant type energy, like someone may actually have a chef come to cook, possibly, or someone may play the chef, so to speak. There's a fascination in the now for service anyway. And looking at Mercury ruling over, the fascination in the now within the service house. Mercury's here in Taurus at just 22 minutes in, and then in the 3rd house having accidental dignity. We already know Mars again under the dispositorship pertaining to under the rulership pertaining to can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I just saw the Q on the screen real quick. I wanted to make sure it wasn't me. All right. So with that being said, we can see that Mars, all right, he's just really bringing some assertive energy when it comes to really how one is going about traveling throughout their day, maybe communicating. However, again, let's really look at this. This is just 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So not much maybe going on other than that when it comes to resting and recharge. Really pay attention to what you're envisioning. If you have any, thing going on as far as electronics, or television, or whatever, maybe pay attention to, are those your thoughts that's happening, or did you recognize there was some form of frequency, hitting your mind, so to speak. So pay attention very closely to what it is that you envision during sleep, what they call dreams. Alrighty, I would speak to that and really find the value in them, because you might actually find something that really will allow you to be able to communicate those things that are necessary for you to relate, right? Maybe later on that day, or maybe even just before the moon actually got to this point where it's squaring Uranus, it was culminating, where you will allow yourself to, because 7th house is home away from home, or actually, if someone's, when it comes to their area in life pertaining to, their relationships and things of that nature, one may actually be, hosting their mother. Like maybe mom's home is having some repairs or something, or some renovations from some things a long time ago. And so now mother is in, she's in her home away from home, which may actually, considering, it's dealing with, Cancer here. So it's not actually her home, but it still is her home. But whose home? Maybe her children's home. All right. Leo, right? Intercepting, right? Because Leo's intercepted, right? So maybe the children have gone about intercepting her plans to maybe go to a hotel or something. And so then, nah, mom, come and stay with us kind of energy, right? So those energies could manifest, a few hours, before, because again, remember, it's 0200 hours, 25 minutes and 7 seconds Eastern. Alrighty, so that's just some energy that we can think about that could be, around, that time. Next, we have a solar lunar trine at 1901. Solar lunar trine, 1900 hours, 0 minutes and 34 seconds. Still here on Monday, 11th April 2022. Sun is in the 7th house in Aries at 22 degrees, 2 minutes. Interestingly, Brother Terrell started off earlier with something with 2 degrees, 22 minutes. And now Lunar is at 22 degrees, 2 minutes. Trine, this is a fire trine here, guys. All righty, so there's this harmony between the heart and the mind. All righty. And again, we are looking to the sun and we're looking to Mars. So Saturn again, right? Saturn again, leading up to the lunar Saturnian reflection there that's going to happen next in my final testimony. Saturn is really allowing some creativity to happen. I mean, this is just a really creative energy here, because even Saturn being a dispositor for, this is ruling over Mars, which is dispositor for the 7th house. And then the sun is dispositor for the moon. So I'm just looking at this connection, right? When it comes to the final dispositorship, Saturn is being direct. Maybe there's a delay in some fun that's being had. Maybe there's a delay a little in, some active relating and or value. Maybe there's maybe there's just kind of this release that actually happens instead of there being a hold up. Maybe there's some release that allows things to flow in a favorable fashion so that some expanding can occur, obviously, of some sort. But that's jumping into the 6th house with Jupiter. Just really looking at 5th house as 7th house is 3rd from the 5th. So definitely some things that's being communicated there. So technically by house, that's sextile, right? So technically we will see Sun sextiling, Sun is sextile Saturn actually, is applying sextile there. Alrighty, even though the sun is separating from Saturn and making the sextile, it just really goes to show that what we're able to do is really relate from the heart and communicate those things that are really on our mind, so that we'll be able to really share what appears to be radical or actively, a radical change or sudden change to that which we really value and really hold dear to ourselves. Children are really holding prominent here. And it's interesting because Aquarius is, opposite of Leo. Leo is your children normally, or a sign pertaining to your children, like 5th house is your children, and Aquarius or 11th house energy is usually others' children, or the so-called quote unquote step children. So I really got this being some type of party that somebody really wants to have, but only a few children show up. And even though it's a party someone wants to have and only a few children show up, I really think where people are going to really get the fun out of relating, they're going to really realize that the few people that are there is really going to tie to something that's a deeper meaning, not to be all spookified sounding, but you might find a commonality, in all the people there, whether they all have similar solar returns. Maybe the people all in some way, shape, or form are all involved in some similar activity. Like everybody's there for this child's solar return, but everybody finds out, hey, we're in the 4X. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had fun with, on the internet with, thinking of different ways to, support your child, so people find out that, they're allowing themselves to utilize the internet to be able to find other ways to be creative with their subconscious mind and be able to gain some wealth there. All righty. And that may be actually shared because this is a trine. So this is another 5 kind of energy. So the final dispositor is in the 5th house, and the trine is 5 houses away from each other. 11 is 5th from the 7th. And so now we're really seeing just a means of us really being able to allow ourselves to really harmonize the things that we want to relate, really bring to light, really share, really probably take a little small walk somewhere or allow ourselves to give a massage as we're speaking, to our loved ones, so that we can be able to allow ourselves to, have a creative way of expressing our emotions. All righty. And with that being said, I'm going to yield the floor because my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, is up next. Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, and then Brother Benjamin will be closing out. We have these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 testimonies. And so what I'll say is, guys, with this last one here with Lunar, the solar lunar trine, really allow your heart and mind to just go through the harmony and allowing itself to only have those that really need to be at the party. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brothers, in whom I'm well pleased. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on one moment. I didn't get into that lunar Saturnian reflection. Here we go. Luna, 22 degrees, Leo, 59 minutes. Saturn, 22 degrees, 59 minutes in Aquarius. All righty. And we can see that this is clearly a 4 and 10 situation. Hey, mom and dad, or dad and mom. All right. With this being said, we can see Saturn is clearly ruling what it is ruling, and it is ruling over Mars, as I said before, where the sun is in that sign, where the 6th house is on Aries. So therefore, Mars ruling over the 6th. Saturn is over the rulership of Mars, because it's ruling the 4th. So now we're really allowing ourselves to really bring home. All righty. So when it comes to home, we're going to be really judging a lot of things from our early childhood home perspective. We're really going to be able to really reflect subconsciously, even how we're, our status is amongst people, even how when we come center stage with things amongst the people, how we really reflect and allow our subconscious mind to really bring out some, altruistic things that, really allows us to really share and be driven to value, all righty, the things that really probably we took for granted in our early childhood home. So now we're able to take these moments and probably even find us really saying some things. And this is one of those transits where you're gonna be like, God, I sound like my mother, or I sound like my father type energy. And you're gonna really be looking at yourself like, I can't believe I'm saying that. But you're really recognizing like there's really some wisdom in that, because now what you're allowing to do is you're serving yourself, right? 10th house is 5th from the 6th, talk about 5 energies, right? So, you're really allowing yourself to serve yourself, that which will really probably calm your nerves. So wisdoms that you didn't see as wisdoms when you were a child or in your early childhood home will actually come to the forefront of your mind and be used in, bringing some values, to you, so that you can really be able to establish your status and how you feel and how you're centering yourself in your heart and amongst those that, those in the public, or even those that are in your loved ones. Maybe you are instilling some principles into children because maybe they're going through some type of pubescence or growth in themselves, that you now are finding your communication being transformative, because Saturn's ruling over that too. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Terrell Tamari Bey, as I bring up the solar ascendant conjunction, otherwise known as sunrise. I yield the floor.
Islam. We're dealing with the 12th of April, right? Yes. 1442, 2022. That's what you would call it. 0638 minutes and 18 seconds to be exact is when the sun will conjunct the eastern point, or the horizon, or the ascendant. Yeah, so get into your literary works, study. Start your routine productively. Get that activity going. All right, keep it going. We're gonna look at what we got. We got Moon opposed Mars. So Moon is still in Leo, right? 27 degrees, 58 minutes. And Mars is in Aquarius, 27 degrees, 58 minutes. And look at that, 5th house, 11th house. So there's this light being shined on the collective or the group economics, so to speak. The way the nations are unifying, or are they unifying at all, so to speak, right? Because we're dealing with the moon, which is, the collective, so to speak, will be everyone, because we're all, mostly moved by the moon. And then the 11th house will be, the nations of the earth, so to speak, right? So how are we unifying, so to speak? How are we bringing our differences together? Our cultural backgrounds, how are we unifying those things, so to speak? And or there's some separation going on, so to speak, if roots or cultural roots can't be unified, or better yet, you're just realizing where you belong, so to speak. You're getting you're getting connected to your natural and national identity, so to speak. Releasing the falsehoods from the childhood program, so to speak, of colorable lies. Let's just put it like that, right? So we're here shoveling ourselves from under the avalanche of lies, right? Seriously, it's very very important here, because Mars is in Aquarius, so the group is getting it. We're coming together. However, it's imperative for the mother to get it flat out. So, really be open to sharing the literature at large and really getting, the collective to get it, seriously. This is the moon's last aspect, right? Yeah. It goes void for 2:51, 6:16, 10:17. Yeah, 2 hours and 51 minutes. 2 hours and 50. Oh, 3 hours and 51.
Yeah,
wait, no. 3:51. Yeah, you're right. 3:51.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't spend your resources. I know you, especially if you were online shopping around this time or considering it, just be mindful. Wait until after 10:15, around that time, or 10:08 if you can't wait. Specifically, but Moon in Virgo in the 3rd house. Yeah, so we're changing our routine and how we communicate to ourselves. We may be, now is that time. You can order that book now. If you're speaking on ordering that book or thinking about ordering that book, this is a great time to do it. Also a great time to get into your literary works, or maybe publish your work that you have been hiding for some time. Because of course it has been detailed properly, so to speak. If not, you're going through that process, editing your works. So this is a good time to edit and reread and edit, so to speak. Go back to your notebooks, your old notebooks. Go see yourself from 5 years ago, so to speak.
Wow, you said that. Whoa, yo,
bro.
I just did that yesterday. I literally have my notebook still open, bro, over here.
Bro,
I was looking at my notes from my first year.
Right now.
What'd you say, bro?
So I've got 5 notebooks. Literally was discussing how I was going through all my stuff. all my different notes and all that and putting it together. I mean, come on, Jack, man. We almost a week ahead out, bro. It's
that's that Mercury and Saturn energy we're dealing with too now, though. I would say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, going back to the, what we've written down before. But yeah, this is definitely that too, though, bro. You're hilarious.
No, I'm about to send a chat to the group, bro.
because I was thinking like yesterday, I was like, you know what? If I shared with my bros what's in this notebook, and you'll be like, hold on, bro, that's what you was just handwriting. And I said, do you see what I was going over in my first year? If we shared what I was handwriting in my first year or two, bro, I'm telling you, we could just go off of that and don't even have to open any other books. We can just have people just go off of those notes. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny how, it's right over here. Loosely wide open, just like that, because I was looking at all those notes. But okay. Anyhow, I see Brother Sean. I see. Wow. That's funny too. And when you say something about books, I'm gonna go check. So Caliph Media is on the way right now. Like literally, it's supposed to be right. It's on the way.
That's hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah. Right. Wow. It's funny though, because I think I just got a notification about a book getting canceled. It didn't get sent to me. Interestingly enough.
Are you serious? Not thrift books, is it?
Literally thrift books.
I just
wait. No. It's not thrift books. It's not.
I'm about to say, don't say that.
It's Biblio. It's Biblio. I think I'm saying.
I just learned about them yesterday too. They got boatloads of discounts, but I still think thrift books might have been the best. But Biblio had one joint that was 3 units less. However, I yield. I yield, Brother Terrell. Continue your wisdom, beloved brother. Islam.
It's fine. We can move on. We can move on to the Jupiter conjunct Neptune conjunction. This is interesting because it's conjunct Markop. This isn't that great. But it's really great if you've been really it's really great if you've been handling your lower self. This is phenomenal. You've really been coming to terms with your lower self or your shadow self, whatever you like to call it.
Can I say it? Can I really say it? If you've been taking the high road and turning the other cheek when you could have, I won't say those celebrities, but you could have, retaliated in a physical fashion, but since you didn't, guess what's around the corner for you? Jingle bells, jingle. Okay, I won't go there. Really. I'm just saying there may be some gifts in the spirit, and you're gonna feel like, that old mind, in the public trust when you brought trees on the inside and put lights on them and things.
Oh my goodness.
And curved candies. Okay, yeah.
Do you get a favorable reply with sincerity here? However, on the contrary, oh my goodness, this is horrible. We're not like this. We do not doom and gloom. But these energies, where it is, oh my gosh, and it's in the 10th house just at this moment, specifically for, the Baltimore Corporation. Man, this is just the Neptune would just be that untroubled or abnormal mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jupiter would be the legality or the law.
Mm-hmm.
So, these you're not getting a favorable reply with insincerity. I'm just being honest.
Correct.
However, if you have been sincere for these cycles that you've been going through, you have nothing to worry about. Seriously, you're gonna get something that you have no idea is on your that's coming to you. What we got? On the Macabre, honors but danger from fire, fever, cuts and blows. Bro, do him a favor. Go to if you don't mind, go to well, never mind.
What? Say it. I'm probably already doing it. Am I going to a fixed star chart?
No, I was going to reference one of those websites, but it's fine. We won't do that. but yeah, that's you know, it's very a lot of instability here. Very unstable energy because the deception can be going on with Neptune, and then Jupiter could be like the optimist, or the optimistical one.
The good
right?
thing, but to add to good thing, just to simplify it, look at the minutes of Markov and look at the minutes of Jupiter and Neptune.
Islam. So we're going away from.
Yeah, Islam.
Yes, it's a separating energy. However, very intensified. You know what I mean? So again, you know, you just really want to do what's best for you. Know what that is. Don't really succumb yourself under someone else's authority, because you have to know that you are the author of your experience. Seriously.
Islam,
is it me or do we see a kite?
Smoke and mirrors.
That is a kite, sir. What'd you say, Brother Sean?
I said, is that like clarity? Like, if you know what's going on, you'll see truth. And if you don't, you'll be covered under illusions. But there's an opportunity to see for growth.
Yes.
But you have to just, once again, expand that knowledge in order to see between the smoke and illusions. Because if not, you will be, you just...
you'll drown.
Not walking away from the monkey circus show.
You'll drown.
It's like, hey, this is going on, but you know you're caught up in that monkey show when there's a whole fair to enjoy, of rides to enjoy, but you're just caught on one thing. So yeah, this is just like clarity, but opportunity to grow. You know who you are. But I yield Islam.
Islam. Learn how to swim or drown. That's this moment.
If you can't swim, then you bound to drizzle.
Y'all hilarious.
If you can't hang, you in the game. You need to get out the game.
Yeah, somehow that is.
I yield, bro.
I yield, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, just really be sincere with yourself. Really love yourself unconditionally. Know what that is. Know how to give that to yourself. So you're able to extend that to someone else. But yeah, know what you want to do and who you are, because again, you are the author pertaining to your reality. No one else. We're gonna go to, what do we got? Moon trine Mercury at 1655. All right. Moon's in the 12th. Mercury's in the 8th. 3 degrees, 37 minutes. Both planets, or Mercury in the luminary. Interesting. Yeah, this is if you were thinking about getting, you should probably get a farmer's almanac and start thinking about planning or getting comfortable with, things that you're uncomfortable with, so to speak. In regards of, the things that you like, but you say you don't, you aren't good at them. So this is that opportunity to really change that whole mental processing to, formulate something more, beneficial, the thing that you actually want rather than the thing that you don't want. So again, just changing one's mental processing. Again, how you speak to yourself. I've been saying that recently. So, how you're speaking to yourself and the things that you're telling yourself, there's this reformation in that, so to speak. You could have been fixed in your ways of processing things, but now that is sort of having a transformation, so to speak. So get open to being uncomfortable. Yes. Life is not just rainbows and sunshine, darling. Yes, you need rain for your crops to grow. Are you clear? Are you clear there? So with that, I'm going to yield with that. So be prudent in connecting to your ancient foremothers and forefathers. ancestral estate that they have left for us to enjoy. Are you silly to not enjoy such things? You would be silly. No, you wouldn't be silly to not enjoy such things. You would be actually stupid. That would be the correct terminology. Let me correct myself. But yeah, we're going to move on to our last aspect for Tuesday, Monday. The sun is going to sextile Saturn. I started with Saturn and Mercury, and I'm entering with the sun and Mercury. I mean, the sun and Saturn. Look at that. I'm cool. I'm Saturn. So 2014, 8 minutes, 8 seconds, to be exact. The sun is in the 6th. Goodness gracious. Look at that, Brother Sean. I did it again. And Saturn is in
you got
the
one
4th.
more, bro. You got one more.
No, it's over. It's over. Right? You're one short, sir. You're one short. Yes. Saturn's in the 4th, sun's in the 6th. So, you should probably go out, hang out with your pops, with pops around, go hang out with pops maybe. That'll be fun. Go to that take them to that Mediterranean spot, that he hates. Those people smell funny, man. Just take him to the place he really doesn't want to be. But he'll like that food, possibly. You know what I mean? Get him out of his routine. Or, you're changing up your routine in some sort, doing something unusual that's creative. And it helps you be more bold and be yourself. So, you may have to be a little bit more firm in how you, communicate certain things. So people can take you more seriously, possibly. If, you're always the jokester, so to speak, like myself. And, when you're serious, people may not know. That's not your problem, but
You can go from joking to serious real quick.
Yes.
7HealStar with the square biz.
And by the way, peaceful greetings to Robert Royal Dunn-L is in the chat. I know we haven't been. I know, guys, but like I said, I'm kind of going over a couple of hours of rest and recharge because I just stayed up to just keep manufacturing. So, my energy's a little different, but I'm just here.
He's on this sine wave. He's on the sine wave.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. So, and thank you so much, brother Robert Royal Dunn-L says, love your discourses and demonstrations. Keep it flowing. All right. So thank you so much. We appreciate the encouragement, beloved brother. Thank you so much. All right. So I yield the floor. Go ahead, brother.
Peace to you, beloved. Yes. So yeah, do those unusual things, apply that structure, be more, take yourself more serious, and or there's some change or some discipline that needs to be communicated within the household. So, maybe you're the one that has to communicate it. That's fine. However, like Brother Benjamin said, don't be a butthead. Find a way to communicate it effectively and sincerely from your heart, not just like very rashly and insincerely or rudely. Yes. So be mindful of the way you communicate and of your day-to-day routines. What is that and how is it affecting you? All righty. And I didn't have a third one, Brother Sean, so I will yield the floor to my lovely brother Benjamin. Am I correct? Yes, it's Benjamin this time. Yes. Genius is on. Uh-oh.
No, he's good. We remember he said he had the time that he had, so now he's about to be in super duper testimonial, mode because he's traveling.
Yeah, we got you. We could just tell you what houses it's in. You know how you get down.
Yeah.
You muted though, bro. If you saying
you muted, Brother Benjamin.
Connection might be True.
Brother Benjamin here, while we wait on him to unmute, Brother Benjamin has sunrise at 0600 hours, 36 minutes and 48 seconds for the sunrise there. 23 degrees Aries, 29 minutes where that's occurring. And for that sunrise there, guys, as you see, as always, because this is Aries, so it's always going to be Mars, you know? So no, that's fine. That's fine, Brother Benjamin. It's all good. So what I'll do is Brother Benjamin's traveling. We already knew that he would have to travel. So if at the time, whatever it is, what it is. But if he comes back in, that's cool. But he says as he's traveling, you know, it's some background noise, so you guys might not be able to hear him intelligibly, so to speak. So what we'll do is we'll just go in here. I guess I can start out with the sunrise. Brother Sean, did you want to fill in maybe? One or two? Did you want to freestyle Wednesday his 2 testimonies, or is that two on the spot? Or no? Is Brother Sean still here? All right, your mic's muted, Brother Sean. Brother Benjamin's here too.
Yeah, he said, yeah, the background noise.
I just came yesterday and said it was straightened out.
Yeah, that's fine.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is y'all talking
That's
about?
what Brother Benjamin was saying. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I can't really say anything, you know. Y'all might not be able to hear this glorious testimony while I'm traveling. It's all good, though. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to Brother Benjamin and his loved ones as they're traveling, and they travel safely, put out love and protection and purple violet flame rituals all out there for them so they can travel safely. Alrighty, so yeah, sunrise, right, is at 0600 hour, 36 minutes and 48 seconds, right? For the first testimony for that day, we have Luna reflecting Venus. So we have a lunar Venusian reflection here. Definitely a lunar Venusian reflection. You guys are still hearing me, correct?
Islam, you're clear.
Absolutely excellent. And this is a previous one. So let me make sure I am on top of hitting previous before I hit the next, right? Bring that aspect up there. 13th April, 2022. That is Odin's Day, Woden's Day, right? So we're looking at this is Mars Day, of course. Still, even though we know it's a Mercury day, but it's before sunrise. So that's why it won't switch it to a Mercury day till after sunrise. That's how that works with planetary hours. Different from what you know about your midnight clock, right? So with that being said, 0100 hours, 27 minutes and 14 seconds, we have a lunar Venusian reflection going on here. So we have Luna here in the 8th house, right? At 8 degrees Virgo, 14 minutes, right? So the sun is actually ruling over the 8th house here. And what kind of energies is the sun bringing? The sun is bringing some communicative energies. Alrighty, and when it brings those communicative energies, it would really like to expand on the communication at the heart. Maybe some things that may be some wounded healing things that will allow ourselves to really bring some fortunate things to our subconscious mind and allow us to inherit that which we can reflect upon something that's valuable, because Venus is there in accidental dignity in the 2nd house, however, under the dispositorship of Saturn. And Saturn actually being in Aquarius, its 2nd sign that it rules is in the 2nd house. So for me, from a derived perspective, Saturn is kind of having a little bit of exaltation here too, being in a house that naturally Venus is dispositor for, and naturally Saturn is exalted in Venus's energy when it's Libran. So it would just make me just think the reflection here overall is just us allowing ourselves to be able to really expand on that which we really would like to probably even rebel against. You know, something that you may find yourself like, oh, I really don't like this. You'll actually find yourself finding some values in some things that you may have kind of denied at one point in time, right? And because, you know, sometimes you're like that Aquarian energy and Lilith, and Lilith is between the orbit pertaining to Uranus and Saturn. You know, sometimes, you know, there's these decisions to like, you know what, I don't want, you know, I don't want to do this. I'm just going to kind of just, you know, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid kind of situation where it's like, no, that's actually, no, that's, you know what, hold on. hold on. Maybe that Toys R Us kid thing isn't so strong for me to look at. Let me actually, look at what it is that, I could actually contribute, right? Because now I've inherited these things that allow me to find some fortunate things, and some communication has been expounded upon, because now I can take some wounded healing and allow myself to find some values in there, maybe even pour out some valuable information and knowledge that really allows me to just, really transform myself. Also, since Saturn is ruling over the way it's being done, right? The way that it's being done and how it's being done is us looking at the dispositorship pertaining to the different rulers. So now it's like, okay, well, yeah, we're actively reflecting on, gaining some essential information from, a sense of possible rebellion. But when it's not actually rebellion, it's like, okay, hold up. I've always thought in my mind I had to be this way or have to do these things that way. And what I realize is I don't have to do that as much as that was just a paradigm of programming for a specific operation within a de facto agency or a protocol. So now people are actually able to just kind of, see themselves and really find the values and reflecting upon instituting self-love. It's really that simple for me.
Islam, bro.
Right. And Brother Terrell, if you want to take the last one, Uranus trines, Luna and Uranus are trines. So there's a Lunar Uranian trine. That's the last one there. Right.
We got 11:15. 11:15 Uranus, Lunar trines, Uranus. Uranus is in the 11th. So look at that. I like to be there. And Moon's in 3rd. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, this is cool. Group economics are coming together. This is sincere fruition, so to speak. So the the detailed plan is coming together within the group, so to speak. The moon is ruling the 1st. Yeah, so this is like, you really know who you are here, because now you've connected to your nation within yourself. And now you're able to collectively go out and express yourself as who you are as an individual. You're releasing these things from or not releasing, you're basically connecting your childhood and where you are now, and you're unifying, the younger you with the being that you are now. Because it's very imperative to keep your inner spirit or your inner child spark, keep the fire within you lit up, right? So now with the, all of those energies going on in the 11th, Mercury and Uranus, and the node too, look at that. But I was like, we're really just being more open and inventive and original with, our ways of being and how we want to be within the, a wider body politic outside of ourselves. So self-determination and self-clarity is here. And now we're knowing how and where teamwork really lays itself, rather than it just being invoked. So like anyone can say teamwork makes the dream work, but is the person who's invoking that really working with the team at all? Like, right? So, that's clear now. We know who we can work with versus who is working against us, and so on and so forth. And with that, I will yield the floor. So be open to being different and original, and invent something that can help, the people at large. And with that, I'll yield the floor. Islam.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to my beloved brothers and whom I'm well pleased, Brother Terrell, Tamari Bey, as well as, hey, where's everybody gone? Right? Let's bring somebody back. Right? If there's my bro there, let me actually remove this spotlight so that you can be second, and then I'll bring that spotlight back. But hold on. I guess it's just me and you. Because I know Brother Sean's and Brother Benjamin is traveling because he said he's got to, do what he do. So I'll just leave it just me and you right here, bro. Which is amazing and really awesome, right? So I can get in on my promotion. It's funny, man, because it's going to be going down here in a few more hours. I feel like I worked and time is just going by really fast right now, bro. Because before you know it, it'll be sundown already, be time to eat again. I really felt like, did I even observe not eating today? Because it was a bit of a blur. I know I'm live and online. It's just like, hey, man, I'm definitely going to get some rest. Even though I know I'm fully here, it's just another feeling. It's like, ooh, like I'm floating, but whatever. So with that being said, let us do what we do and show the people where they should go for what they need, right? Because every Iloa Raphael, which is Mercury Day, correct? Every Mercury Day, right? You know what? Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can bring in this. So, but people can't really see me anyway on that camera. The other one that's in the background. So it's not it's not going to cue anyway. So just let me just start the broadcast. It's not really that important. I'm not as vain as people probably think anyway, honestly. Like seriously, that's why I kind of love the whole me having that gibbous moon, man. That waxing gibbous moon, man. Seriously. Because it's like, ambition? Nope, not really. Not really. Not like that. Not the unfavorable ambition, so to speak. You know what I mean? However, okay, boom shakalaka. I want to click there because I had saved to my homepage, 7HealStar.com, because that's how I have apps. I save the websites to my homepage. All right. So with that being said, you guys already know what you get when you come on here. We do offer a lot of pro bono things there also. However, why are you here every miércoles? Well, because guys, in honor of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and, being inspired by both Prophet Noble Drew Ali and Charles Mosley Bey, who I call Caliph Charles Mosley Bey. Guys, you can get your personal full year 7HealStar Astro Calendar and Transit Report for the Eleemosynary tuition pertaining to 180 units in lieu of lawful money. Alrighty, and you guys can get 365 days. Alrighty, a calendar and transit reports in under 50 cents a day. That's a steal, guys. Super duper steal. Because we did, I did the artwork, but I say we, because, even though it started out with me, my brothers have, really been having my bag. And that's why we started out with shouting out Brother Sean. But let's not get it twisted. Brother Terrell is really great with the movies also, like movie software, really other things also. And everybody is just like have their own thing. And I just really am happy to be able to have shared and am sharing this experience with all of my brothers, because it really allows us to practice a culture that's always been ours. However, when you're, usually amongst people that are all under occupation, they usually want to, coerce you or make you feel like you need to do what they're doing. And this has really allowed us to really just, be ourselves and separate ourselves from, people in situations that really are not really beneficial for any civilization at all. Respectfully saying, because I know I say the tough things a lot because I'm stern and I don't change and don't pass away, right? So with that being said, it's like I'm always making sure I'm just being considerate of you guys' feelings and ears. However, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? So with that being said, and my brothers are living truth also, stern, don't change, don't pass away. That doesn't denote being mean or unfavorable So yeah, guys, go and get that. You guys, when you fill out for us, you guys can fill out invoices and everything for us. We end up letting you know if it's marked, as it's been transacted for, things of that nature. People that do actually listen and get the invoices through us actually see the benefit of having an invoice, even for those of you that, come to us for sessions and you have your health savings accounts set up and you can get reimbursed after coming to 7HealStar for your alternative health or alternative mental health, service that you actually, that you get from us, because that's what the Mirror session is really all about, guys. However, a lot of people, yes, it's not just, those that are, supporting us now. There's been a lot of people that, stopped going to other places and have been dealing with the brothers at 7HealStar to make sure they can have some wherewithal and comprehending what's going on in their life so that they can be calm and minimize the anxiety as much as possible. All righty. So with that being said, I just like to, thank my brothers for just like I said, being brave, right? And taking on the protocols with us. Without further ado, Mental Magician Report. You guys know from Brother Sean, Alim L. All righty. And eventually those numbers will be increasing, guys, because of what we're actually worth. All righty. And we're going to stop being so apologetic because we realize that, guys, we just got to do what we got to do. And we mean no harm to anyone. Sometimes there's always going to probably be someone naysaying. However, we're always making sure our integrity is tech and we're fair with people. Brother Terrell Tamari Bey has a Jaguar Solar trademark Mirror AstroLiteracy session. 3 hours for 153 units in lieu of lawful money is the Alim ordinary tuition. Brother Corey Bey has his Astro Core trademark Mirror AstroLiteracy course for 3 hours, 153 units in lieu of lawful money. Also, Who Am I? What's My Purpose reading is there. However, normally my professional suggestions, people get the Mirror AstroLiteracy session from us first. That's my professional opinion, provided because that way you can get all the keys of reading yourself first. And then when we go into a Who Am I and What's My Purpose reading, then yes, that would be really, really great for you to really kind of just at least have some type of footing and introduction, foundation, and awareness when it comes to the things that we discuss in the Who Am I and What's My Purpose AstroLiteracy session, right? Which I will be changing the word in there because, we've been doing AstroLiteracy sessions. It's just that for me, the reason why I've been putting readings, of course, because even my brothers have suggested and people have in the past that I don't speak like the common public. So a lot of times, like even when I don't say a week, I say a cycle. You know what I mean? I don't say a month, I say a month. And I'm not biting or mimicking any of my sons or daughters that are astro loggers either. We've been seeing this, that month means month prior to interacting with any other astrological community online or in special appearance, provided because the Zodiac Constitution is our general and permanent character, actually. So it's like, you can't expect us to not know our general and permanent character. Mirror AstroLiteracy session with me, Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, 3 hours, 153 units in lieu of lawful money. All righty. Yeah, so you can check with your health insurance company too, guys. Just ask your health insurance what they can do in getting you reimbursed for coming to 7HealStar.com. All right. So with that being said, guys, also never forget with our classes and events that we have here, archive. We still have these archived and we're going to be revamping soon. So by November 1, things will be a little different, but it'll be the same videos and things. Just you guys will be able to access them a little differently than you are now. However, you can still access them by, guys, you already know, filling out the invoice here online or reaching out to us directly via our Instagrams, letting us know what you would like. All right. So with that being said, what we can do is let you know, guys, the first thing we want you to get your hands on when it comes to classes and events is the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Google Drive archive. So that way you can get your hands on some sweetness right? And allow yourselves to see 5 introductory videos. That is actually some bonus videos in there too. A lot of different bonus videos, but I won't go into detail. 135 units in lieu of lawful money for 5 videos, all righty? So you guys will not be disappointed with that, even though there's chock full of much more in there. And guys, you know, after that, we did the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Amplified, 324 units for the Alim tuition in lieu of lawful money. All righty, for the 12 videos there. And we go in on the solar eclipse for June. That was, pardon me if I'm not mistaken, that was June 21st, 2020 that we went on that solar eclipse there. Our Astrology 101 Workshop 2021 Horary Workshop, it was the Magi Infinity Sphere Astrology, right? The Horary Astrology that we went over 12 classes in that also, guys, 324 units in lieu of lawful money. All righty, and Prophet Noble Drew Ali University is within the Astrology 101 Workshop 2020. That's why I said that's one of the extras. Prophet Noble Drew Ali University AstroCivics Community Meetup, the second one there, 108 units. All righty, so that means that's 3 videos there. All right, because if I'm not mistaken, you're going to divide that number by 3. You should have 27, and each video is 27 units in lieu of, oh, is that 4? Pardon me. Let me think. 108. Pardon me. Make sure I got this right.
You said about 3?
What you doing?
No, it should be 4. It's no 3 videos would be 81 notes. Right? So it's 4 videos. 3 videos would be 81. If I'm not mistaken, our Astrology 101 Workshop 2021, 3 cycles zodiacal review is 81 units in lieu of lawful money. All right. So that's why I was just really just thinking like, yeah, so this is 4. And then the third one was Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, AstroCivics Community Meetup, Meet Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature, right? And that is beautiful. Each video was about 4.5 hours. That's why I was saying that there, guys. Whatever. But another 4 videos there, also 108 units in lieu of lawful money. All righty. And usually, yeah, that's the average. Usually about 3 or 4 hours, guys. It's usually the average, right? Sometimes we went 5 hours. I'm like, oh man, we only went 5.5 hours. Let me stop. You know what I mean? I still be like, yeah, average 4.5 hours, something like that. Some may be a little shorter, some may be a little longer, just to be completely honest with you. Right. And before I even get there, let's not forget, guys, we did our Astrology 101 Workshop 2020 Synastry and where we got into looking at the inter aspects by looking at one chart interaspected with another chart, all right, and just looked at some things there. And we also did the solar arcs, right? Shout out to Noel Till for that cover there, for the solar arcs cover, right? That's why we use that there. So when people get the book or see the book, because we purposely hide nothing from people. Astrology 101 Workshop 2020, solar arcs and more. All right, and that was 4 videos also there. And the Synastry and was what, 9 videos, I think. You do take 243 and divide that by 9, you get 27, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody want to check my mathematics on that? All right. So, and then guys, those are you, and we are 7HealStar.com astrology certification. Even though some grown beings out there would like to whine and cry about discrimination, nationality is the order of the day. So usually, as you guys can see, the certification is for Moorish American nationals. All righty, at this time, until we set up something universal by actually this is universal. However, if you do not have your nationality card, you are not a declared and proclaimed national, and we can verify it the way that we verify it, then guys, we're 9 times out of 10 are not going to administer the 7HealStar Astrology AstroLiteracy Sessions Protocol Certification Workshop, because I'm in harmony with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet Noble Drew Ali came to us Moors first because he needed us the most. I mean, because we needed him the most, right? So he came to us first because we needed him the most. So I'm provided this, inspired by Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, because at first me and brother Corey and brother Terrell, we was like, all right, man, we already know our protocol. You know, when it was proposed to us, you know, to bring on others, and then it's like, okay, and then, you know, brother Sean and brother Benjamin, you know, that's what that is. That's 7HealStar Astrology, AstroLiteracy Sessions Protocol Certification Workshop Intensive. You guys will be observing what brother Sean and brother Benjamin actually went through in that intensive, as you guys are getting the protocol. And however, even after that, we still go over protocol things as well also. So it just really comes with being a part of the community that we have here. Guys, you will also see that soon, like I said, we'll be changing up a little bit, just improving how we do things come November 1. Just for right now, that is being offered right now. Only 2 other beings that I know, Senior Jackson Bey and Brother Bruce. Shout out to Brother Bruce. A lot of people probably wouldn't believe it, but I'm telling you, don't let the looks fool you. Brother Bruce is really sharp with astrology. He knows how to read it. He really does. He really does know how to read it. So with that being said, you know, those I think are the next 2 in line for certification, if I'm not mistaken. Senior Jackson Bey, as far as me just like looking at the, you know, them going over the protocol, things of that nature, because I am very on top of things when it comes to that, guys. I don't really play. I want to make sure everybody is sharp. So with that being said, by November 1, guys, we will have something where we will have a protocol set for those that aren't Moorish American, however, would still love to learn from the 7HealStar 7HealStar.com astrology firm. And by that time, guys, when we start doing other lectures and workshops and other conferences, so to speak, with 7HealStar.com astrology firm, you won't just be hearing Brother Hasan's presentation in astrology. As you guys can already see now, you're not just hearing me. You know, you got your Mondays with Brother Sean and Brother Benjamin. You get to hear Brother Terrell every Wednesday along with me. I mean, because that's where it all started. The foundation is there Wednesday with Brother Terrell and Brother Corey and myself. And then on Fridays, you have Brother Benjamin's impromptu improv, right? Where we go in. And even though you guys mainly see me like doing an introduction, but 9 times out of 10, it's based off of something that Brother Benjamin said in conversation. I'm like, yo, all right, we're gonna go over that on the live, or we'll come to Brother Benjamin and be like, hey man, what you think about this topic? How's that, or whatever? You know, because what we're doing is we're practicing delegating responsibility amongst ourselves, right? And that allows us to not have, you know, any as the brothers were saying earlier, Brother Benjamin was saying earlier, not have the big head, you know, anywhere in the group in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So that just really helps me to expound and be myself, you know? So with that being said, I think we did enough of talking about you guys going to the website and checking out what you need to get on there. And remember, guys, I'm going to go and do this post-production stuff and work on that artwork, guys. And you see that last one that we went over is still there. Our Astro weather report for the 31st March, the 6th April, 2022. So you can see that what we said last Wednesday, is it happening now about this weather? Because last Wednesday we spoke about what's happening today. So you guys can go back and look at that before I go and put the new video to be posted right there. Even though when you click on this, it still gives you access to our YouTube channel, guys. So you can even see the newer videos. Even if this video never changed, you can still see. I make sure I keep up on changing that so you guys can see the new video for every cycle, all right? And that was myself, Brother Terrell, and Brother Sean last Wednesday. And you guys see that this Wednesday is myself, Brother Terrell, and Brother Benjamin, all righty? So I'm gonna get to that hot fire artwork that Brother Sean has been providing in the background. So it makes it a lot easier. I don't have to go and think, okay, so what am I gonna do the background this cycle? Brother Sean's got us caught up all the way to the beginning of July. All righty, so that's what I enjoy, man, because the stuff I got going on over here, as much as Brother Sean could be covering on the digital, that takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders. So again, y'all, let's give everybody out there, you know, give a huge yeah! You know, yeah, seriously, man, because everybody's got something that they're doing, you know, and a lot of people don't really know too, like, you know, as much as it's undercut, but I keep my ears to the streets. I'd like to also make sure I tip my fans and give my Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, because I know he's really holding it down there. I'm hearing some things he doesn't even know that I'm hearing. So I'm just saying it to you right now, live though. But yeah, it's like I'm seeing things that's happening. People are really learning. Brother Terrell is really teaching people where he is. You see what I'm saying? And so the reason why I really, really am enjoying that, because it really helps. Maybe this is something that I need to just work on in myself. To just thinking like, okay, great. This takes the attention off of me. It's just like, oh, Hasan's just being ambitious. Like, no, this is our stuff. In order to change people, we must change their literature. And now it's like there are other people that are really being able to bring out their genius in what they're doing. So it's really beautiful to really see that people are gaining from this. People aren't really getting, you know how our greatest moment is now. So there's some BS that occurred previously. Does that make sense? So since the previous BS, had occurred, it's like it only occurred because of the greatness at hand and to come. All righty. So I just said that, those 5 brothers that you guys are seeing there are not just there to be the most eligible bachelors. All righty. Honestly, it's really beautiful to see. It's really reflecting what Prophet Noble Drew Ali had established over 100 years ago. That's what I see. I really, really see industrious Moors presenting and speaking in an intelligent tone so that we may be rendered a favorable reply. And the reply that was going to be rendered unto us is that which is within ourselves when we go back and reflect on the things that we have accomplished with our energies and what we have decided to do with our own free will and self-determination. So again, honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All honors and high honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I need to go and hot glue my ring stuff back together. I found my hot glue, so I can go and knock that out. Get the organite back on, whatever. But other than that, any other questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Anything, anyone? I'll still go and spotlight these other 2 or whatever for right now. But I know Brother Sean said he's chilling. I'm still add the spotlights, right? And I guess I'll add this one since it just fill up the space, right?
Excuse me.
So any hoosers. So there we go, right? All right. So yeah. So anyway, so what I was saying though, bro, like, but behind Touchdown Terrell, it's my book is open over there, and Brother Terrell's talking about, you're gonna go back in your old notes. So are we a cycle ahead or what? You know what I mean? As usual, but we won't say that out loud. As usual. But stop repeating that, Brother Hasan. Okay, as usual. But anyway,
Man.
I'm just saying. Anyhow, I'm just saying. But other than that, though, yeah, definitely about to get some rest after this. But I'm going to do this editing. Because I know, guys, you ain't even see me kind of even share on the social media since this morning, because I was like, I'm getting started this work, and then I was like, I'm gonna go rest, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish, and then, guys, I'm finished this work, and then other than that, I was just like, next thing I know, it's like, actually, the sun was rising when I actually laid down. So I'm just sitting here like, I don't even know if I think I might have did this. All right, so it's and literally, I'm not saying like I laid for a second and I'm animating that it was for a short. No, I really think I might have just did this. All right, so what's next? All right. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions from my beloved brothers and women, please.
No, I'm good. I'm clear.
Good.
Be yourselves and
donate.
Right? So
love.
With the Brother Corey sprinkle on it, right?
Ah, yes. It's been a minute since we sprinkled the Brother Corey, yes.
Sprinkle. So, with that being said, to our beloved mothers and brothers that are out there, and our beloved sons and daughters in whom we're well pleased, right? I'm going to say my namaste to you. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and
Islam, people. Peace.